Hey guys, welcome back to the garden. Only we're really not in the garden right now. I've been in the garden all morning. It's been a crazy day in the garden this morning. I've done a lot of harvesting. I've staked tomatoes. I picked green beans. That's one of the things that I harvested, and I'm going to show you in a little bit the video of me blanching those and putting them in the freezer. I really want to can my green beans, pressure can them this year, but I don't have enough all at once, so I'm going to gather them and put them in there until I have enough to do a whole pressure canner full. And we're going to do that together. So if you haven't got your canning supplies and you want to learn to can, it's a good time to get those together. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Julie. If this is your first time on here, and my husband and I live on a half an acre where we grow a lot of food. It doesn't take a large farm to grow your food. You can do it in smaller areas. You can grow your food in pots. You can grow microgreens. There's all kinds of things you could do to offset your grocery bill. So I harvested green beans this morning. I staked tomatoes. I harvested 4 more kohlrabi. I'm going to try to slice that and bake it tonight. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I'm trying to come up with some different recipes for that. So I'm going to try it, and I'm going to let you know how it goes, because I can't wait to see, because I'm going to maybe, I'll give you the recipe if it turns out. I just want some different ways to prepare it. I'm probably going to do some kind of an Asian slaw out of one of them too, so we'll talk about that. Sorry about the cars today. All of a sudden it's so busy out here. So I also did a lot of weeding today. Now, our regular garden situation does not require weeding. I got myself in a pickle a few years back. I had a herb and flower garden down there, which you've seen on some videos. And a gentleman that I worked with, his family had come over years before from England, and they had brought this special mint with them, and it's very potent, and it was wonderful mint, and he had some, and he gave me a start of it. Now, I know that mint is invasive. I know that I shouldn't put it in my garden, but yet I brought home this little sprig of mint, and I put it down there in my flower garden thinking that I would get it dug up before it actually took off and invaded my whole garden. Well, guess what? I didn't. So every year I'm tearing out mint. I'll never get rid of it because that's just how that works. I've cardboarded over it. I've done everything. And it comes back every year with a vengeance. So I just pull it out and keep doing that. It's in about half of my garden now, out in my flower garden down there. So I don't have a mint shortage at all. It's great if you like mint tea, which I do. I actually have some nice southern peach tea here today with some mint in that. It's great for your tea if you haven't tried that. I decided we'd talk up here today because it was warm down there, and I had worked down there so much this morning. I don't know why it had to get loud while I was doing my video today, but anyway, got that done, and I'm going to show you the green beans. I pulled out my lettuce that had bolted. It's the reason I need to get it out as soon as it starts to bolt, because once things start to bolt, the flavor gets a little more bitter, I guess is the way we would say it. And I go ahead, because I plant so much, I actually had small tomato plants that I put in next to my lettuce because I knew my lettuce was going to come out. So I go ahead and plant other things in there that can grow, that when I pull the lettuce out, then there will already be a tomato growing there. So I actually have tomatoes that were in amongst the lettuce that were about this tall. So I pulled my lettuces out that were bolting, and I staked the tomatoes there, staked other tomatoes too, trimmed them up a little bit more, because that is kind of a never-ending project when you're growing a garden. So anyway, I spent all morning in the garden out there, and that was awesome. So anyway, if you don't grow food, I want to encourage you to grow some food. Have you been to the store lately? prices are crazy. And you can grow much better food than what you'll get from there. So if you haven't started anything yet, it is not too late, because I'm gonna success sow green beans several times. So my second planting I'm gonna try to start in a few days. So go ahead, you can plant beans, green beans, and those are awesome. I think I'm gonna can mine this year with onions and potatoes is my plan anyway. And try to make a 1-jar meal is what I'm gonna do, because I like it when I'm busy and I can go down to the pantry and pull out, you know, a jar, and it's pretty much a meal in there. Because my husband and I will eat green beans and potatoes as our meal. So we're gonna work on that. So get your pressure canner and your jar lifter. I'll do a video on some of the utensils to get, but start gathering your stuff, because we're gonna can green beans together. It's really noisy. Anyway, we're gonna can green beans together. That'll probably be one of the first things we can, if I'm thinking right, unless something else comes up first. But that's my plan. So anyway, I'm gonna stick my green bean video in here and let you see how I blanch those for about 1 minute, and then put them in freezer bags, stick them in the freezer. That'll keep them from getting soggy and yucky, and so when we can them, they'll still be really nice. And if you find my videos helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you on the next video. Well, stay tuned, because I'm going to show you the green beans. Let's go in the house and I'll show you those. So what do you do when you have green beans this many? And I really want to pressure can them, but I don't have enough to pressure can. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to blanch them, put them in the freezer, and save them until I get enough to pressure can. I really want to can them with potatoes and onions. So what does blanching do? Blanching stops the enzymes from making them go ahead and get mushy and all that. So by blanching these, we're going to make them stay crisp in the freezer. When we take them out, we can pressure can them and they won't turn mushy. So how you blanch them is I have a pot of boiling water right here, and we're gonna dump these green beans in, and we're gonna leave them for just about a minute. Not very long. You'll see that they turn bright green, and we're going to take them out. Oops. Sorry, I left my strainer up here. We're going to take them out, dip them back out, and we're going to plunge them into ice water, because this will stop the cooking process really fast, because we really don't want to cook them. We just want them to stay crispy, and so we can put them in the freezer. I'm going to put them in a freezer bag, and then stick them in the freezer, and as soon as I get enough, then I'm going to pressure can, and we'll do that together so that we can you can learn how to pressure can green beans. And so this is what we're doing. We're going to leave them about a minute. Man, it's been a busy day in the garden this morning. I've got so many things coming on, but the green beans were so tender and so nice. I didn't want them to get, if you let them hang out too long on the vine, they'll get tough, and the string, they'll get, you know, woody, and the strings get stringy. But okay, see those beans? Look how bright they are. We're going to go ahead and plunge them into the ice water, because we want to stop that process. Alright, now I'm going to turn that off. After they sit here for a few minutes, I'm going to put them in a freezer bag. They'll probably all fit in one. Right now they're still hot. I want them to cool down. I'm going to put them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer.